And welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, December 12th, 2020. It's Season 14, Episode 35. I'm Scott.
And I'm RJ.
Welcome to the show. If you'd like to get in touch with us, our phone number is 334-272-9228. Check out ingamechat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on, Twitter at In-Game Chat. You can find us on Facebook at In-Game Chat. You can email us, everyone, at ingamechat.net. We are streaming right now on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv, and you can type in In-Game Chat and watch us live while we play, or while we talk and play, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can watch us. You can find us there. Join us in the chat room live while we broadcast as well. I asked Lethal in the chat room what kind of graphics card he's running on his PC to have Cyberpunk looking incredible. So, but he hasn't answered yet. But anyway, not that it matters. So, as you can see, we're at episode number 623. So, always on a 2070 Super. Yeah, that's probably all right. I'm still running a 980 Ti. Which is weird. Okay, so kill the music anyway. There hasn't been the best of opportunities for me to get a new card this week, a new graphics card this week or anything. They've come and they've gone. You know, they come in stock, out of stock, that sort of thing. You really got to be fast. There was one that I had in my cart at Amazon, but every time I'd go to my card, it would not be there. It was, you know, it was coming in and out and wasn't working, and so I never actually got it.
Yeah.
The other thing is, they're showing, what is that, Saber? Oh, it's for the Quest 2. It's a commercial for the Oculus Quest 2. And now there's a pizza commercial. Oh, God. What is that? Oh. Sorry. Where's the thing? Okay. Oh man, it's like they took their double cheeseburger pizza and then they folded it in half. And
it's a calzone.
Like a double cheeseburger calzone.
Yeah, it's a calzone with this gooey, spicy cheese sauce dipping all over it, which is the wrong thing for you to be seeing right now.
I'm sorry. It looks so good though. I'm so sorry.
That's the goal.
I know. So anyway, trying to get a graphics card is still very tough. And then I see that apparently in January, NVIDIA is going to have another line of graphics cards released, the 3080 Ti being one, which would be so, like, I don't know, the tiers right now is, I'll just go with the three main tiers. I'll go with the 3070, which is your low end, 3080 is your mid range, and 3090 is your, actually I should probably do that, 3070 is your mid range, 3080 is your high range, and 3090 is your exorbitant range, the thing that's just far too much for what you need. And yet it still can't do some stuff, but it's $1,500 for a card, and I'm not going to pay that. Anyway, they're releasing the 3080 Ti, which will be in between that massively priced $1,500 card and then the 3080. So it's going to be a little step in between. The two.
Not top of the line, but definitely not the worst. Something that'll kick it up a notch.
Yeah. And so apparently that's coming out in January, which, you know, seeing that and not having a card yet was like, oh, okay, well, that's good. But yet at the same time, I keep getting these alerts that, hey, such and such come back in stock. This card's back in stock, different brands and that sort of thing. Here it is in stock. And even when I try to go there, it's still not there. But at the same time, I don't feel too bad about it because I'm like, okay, well, the TIs are coming out in January. Mm-hmm. So whatever. Still, that's a long time to wait before I can play some Cyberpunk, which came out this week. I have it on the... I have an Xbox copy. Mm-hmm. I did have a PC copy pre-ordered through Best Buy, but I switched it out for an Xbox copy because I knew my PC wasn't going to be ready to do anything. And from everything that I can tell, neither is the Xbox or the PS4. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what they're going to be like for the upgrade editions on the PS5 and on the Series X. I don't know. The consoles are having a whole lot of problems trying to run this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, EVGA is the way to do that. EVGA is one of the third-party brands that makes the graphics cards using in the NVIDIA tech and stuff. And yeah, he got notified when they had a 38, or will get notified. Although some of those, from what I understand, some of those notifications aren't going to be hitting until February of March of next year, depending on when you signed up, because they're going in that order. So, yeah. Anyway. Drunk Degenerate, you didn't miss anything so far. We just really started the show, and I was doing the intro, and then food distracted me, as it commonly does. So,
which is happening more often, I'm noticing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's going to happen a lot more often because I don't eat it.
First of all, football game.
That doesn't do anything to me.
No, football game. Gather around with folks. Football party, snacks, drinks. Pizza.
I don't do that though.
But still,
I don't gather around with.
Yeah, but
I don't gather around with folks.
Yeah, but other people do, and they eat that stuff. So you just have to be pulled along. There you go.
I get it. I know. I totally understand. I know. Welcome to the show. It is. We got this episode, and then we got next week's episode, and then of course Christmas is the week after that, and we won't be doing a show. And then I don't know if we're going to do a New Year's show or not. I don't know if we'll be here for that one. That would be 2 weeks in a row, and.
Just play it by ear.
I have no problem playing it by ear. So yeah, no problem on that. So, yeah, it looks like it's vodka, but it's actually just water.
Or is it?
Oh, it's totally water. Yeah, there it is. If it was, God, no, I'm not really a vodka fan at all. I don't know. What'd you play?
A little bit more of a GTA Online, but for the most part, it was that and Cyberpunk 2077.
You did pick up Cyberpunk.
I did pick it up. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You playing on the PlayStation?
PS4.
PS4? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, I don't have it for the PS4. Yeah. Okay. Oh, all right. All right. And you played some of it?
Played a bit of it.
How is that performance?
Graphically,
I'm sure
there's little nitpicks here and there. When I saw that big WB logo after CD Projekt Red, and I heard about the graphical hiccups that were going on, I thought about what happened in my copy of Arkham City with Batman.
Yeah, I remember. I know what happened with my copy of Arkham City.
Okay, the part where I was inside the clock tower.
I say Arkham City. I'm thinking of Arkham Knight.
Okay, when I was in the clock tower, I may have this wrong title mixed up, but anyway, I was in the clock tower talking to Barbara, and it was raining inside the clock tower.
That's right. Okay, that would be Arkham Knight.
Okay, Arkham Knight then. Okay, wrong one. But yeah, it's raining inside the clock tower. So that was the biggest significant graphical glitch that was.
I remember you telling me about that.
So with this one, a lot of people suddenly disappearing out of nowhere. Sudden appearance of customers, of NPCs, sudden disappearances, things like that. Phasing in and out of areas. I've seen that happen before. That I'm pretty much used to and seeing, but it wasn't like something that kept me away from the story going through that, right? The one thing that got me was story hiccups when I go through an area and it tells me to do something like talk to Victor, one of the characters in the game. So I talk to him, and after I do so, I scavenge around his clinic, and then I go to the door and I'm about to go up top and talk to the other protagonist, Jackie, right? But the job says talk to Victor, and the story will not go on until I talk to Victor. Well, I've already talked to Victor. He's already done everything he was supposed to do for me in that setup, and I've done so.
Mm-hmm.
So what else am I supposed to talk about? The only thing I got left to do is pay the man, but that comes later. So I'm stuck. So I had to go back to the save files. By the way, thank goodness for autosave, because there was like 10 autosave files in that thing before I even got out of that area.
Oh, good. That's
I think
nice.
it saves like every 10, 15 minutes or so. If there's a setting on there, I don't know because I didn't see it. So I went back to an old autosave, which wasn't too far back. And when I reloaded that, the conversation had already taken place. So I was able to go out and talk to Jack and keep the story moving forward.
Okay.
But that was the only, that was the biggest,
that was the first
hiccup.
of many that you'll be running into, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I don't want to cloud anybody's judgment on the game at all. You're going to have different performance on the way you play. I just know that a lot of the console versions are getting, there's a lot of, it's full of bugs. The PC version, I believe, has some buggy issues as well.
Yeah. They all have issues right now. I mean, it did have a hotfix. I mean, it took me a while to get into it real. I would have got along further, but I couldn't play it the first day. I had to do first I did the install. That was fine. And then there was an update that was like 30-something, or was it 40?
It's 40
gigs to get in there. And so I do that. And then there's another one that pops up, and that's the hotfix, I think, 1.04 or something like that. That was a recent release. So that got in there. So after all that went through, I was able to play the game for real that time.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got it for. I might do a swap. I haven't opened it up yet.
Okay.
I may go back and do a swap and get the PC version, or see if I can do a swap and get the PC version, because obviously it's buggy on consoles right now, and I don't see myself playing it right now because And I thought you could do. I thought cross save was enabled, but it's only between generations. So if I'm playing it on an Xbox One and then I guess Series X later, then if I play it on a PS4, my save will carry over if I get a PS5.
Okay.
Which I've got a PS5 is what I'm saying. But it doesn't go between whatever. The Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft games, at least I know Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, Legions, and a couple of others, they have cross-save between platforms.
Yeah.
You play it on PC and then you want to play it on the Xbox or the PS4 or 5, whatever, then your save can come with you. So that's I'm a little bit reluctant to start it because if I start it, if I get too deep into it on one platform, and then I finally get, because this was the two reasons that I was upgrading my PC outside of the fact that it just needed upgrading as far as
you're about due,
right?
Yeah.
I was long overdue, really. But were Microsoft Flight Simulator and Cyberpunk. Those were the two things. And really, the reason I wanted a card was also for those two things.
Yeah.
A new video card for the PC.
Yeah.
So
because you want to play both those games like max resolution, all that good
would
stuff.
Would love to. I know Microsoft Flight Simulator, I believe, is coming to Game Pass, or it's already on Game Pass, but it'll be coming to the consoles, I believe, in January, which is when that'll be. I still, like I said, I still don't have a graphics card, but that's really where I want to play the game because I know that's where it's going to shine right now. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think they've given a date other than 2021, sometime in the new year, is when PS5 and Series X will get their versions of the games, and you'll get that upgrade as well. If you have the older versions of the games, you'll get the upgrade. So,
yeah, I'm looking in the chat room. The Lethal Migraine was talking about the same issue I had, the hiccup in the mod doc. Victor, basically, I was talking about the same thing. Had the conversation, but it wouldn't let him. Reload and start over again. And Thar says, like 5 steps and quick save.
Yeah. So yeah. I haven't started. I feel like I'm falling in the path of the Last of Us again. Not starting the game when it comes out, that sort of thing, and waiting to play it, and then I don't know. By that time, what then? I don't know. If I'm going to wait till I get a graphics card, how long is that going to take?
Well, the waiting for me wasn't an issue. It's just the like you said, the way you played it was just the stop and start, the long delays in between. When you start, I mean, that's fine. That really doesn't matter. But it's like when you start it, just keep going through to keep that story fresh on your mind, because I'm playing this for story, really. See what all the fuss is about. Last of Us 2 is for story, so there's a certain way you want to play that. When you start, you don't want to have any gaps in between.
And so I don't know. I don't know if I want to stick with PC or just go with the console since I can play that now. I could probably play the PC version now as well, but a 980 Ti is just really, that's a 5-year-old card, I believe. I think I got it in 2015. So now it's like a 5-year-old card. It's not necessarily, I mean, it's doing what it needs to do for me right now, which is basically just play Destiny on it. But any card will do that for me, no problem. Apparently the console version's got a nice upgrade of Destiny as well, like the new consoles, the PS5 and the Series X. They got a pretty hefty download for the consoles. I haven't looked at it yet, because I do have, obviously I have it on Game Pass, the entire Destiny stuff, because that's free. But, I haven't really looked at it.
In terms of the PC playing for Cyberpunk, you really don't want to tone it down, like change your settings, lower them a bit?
I could. I just don't know.
Like I remember we talked about settings on the PC, and James had I think it was along the lines he couldn't really get used to like toning it down. He wants to like get all the settings as high as he can go before he plays the game on the PC. Yeah,
you start at maximum and then you bring it down for you find whatever you can to bring down to get it to the frame rate that you want, wherever you're comfortable with, whatever you like. Yeah. But the easiest thing to do is to start everything at max. And then be like, okay, well, I don't need this and this. See how it runs, that sort of thing, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Starting on max with the 980 Ti is just ridiculous to even try and do. That's just so if they have custom settings that are low, medium, high, ultra, that sort of thing, I would start with high, and then I would see how that goes and move the sliders however I need to move them.
Yeah. See, I'm not too much of a PC gamer. I mean, I've got a few games on PC, but when it comes to like the graphical things and stuff like that, I just set it on normal or medium, like you say, and just go from there.
Yeah.
Because I never got too particular about that. Besides, my PC, my monitor isn't like top of the line or whatever when it works, but it's not like optimized, I guess, for gaming.
Where'd you get your game at?
GameStop.
GameStop. Okay.
Yeah.
I picked mine up at Best Buy. Came with a steelbook.
Nice.
So,
yeah, it was funny because the default, the standard issue came with a bunch of knickknacks and trinkets in there as well. Yeah, so goodness, was yours the standard edition? Or
it was the standard.
Special?
You just got the steelbook for free.
Okay.
But yeah, it was the standard edition.
Same design as the box art.
No, different design.
Okay.
Yeah, there were 3 different versions of the steelbook, and they were different designs. But they just brought out whatever they had for me. So they all kind of looked the same. There was just a kind of a different shade, a different color tint to them.
Okay.
So
because you got the glaring yellow with the
none of them were yellow. None of them were yellow. I mean, you can go to Best Buy and take a look at them.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I don't know if I'll stay with that. I don't know. The reason I did the switch was because I really figured that the PC version would probably drop in price, or at least I could get it cheaper faster than I could for a console version. Although saying this, I would say probably in about 6 months to a year, this game will be on Game Pass, if not sooner.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive. Feels that way anyway. So, so I haven't played that. What else did you play other than Cyberpunk? You said something else.
Pretty much that was it. GTA Online and Cyberpunk 2077 this week.
Okay. For me, it was Destiny 2 again, and
doing your dailies.
I'm doing dailies. What I'm doing is, so I have to do a lot right now just to move up a little bit. Although it felt like today, because today I played for a very long time.
Oh, you got that new DLC part, didn't you? What's that thing? What's that newest DLC?
The new expansion?
Yeah, expansion.
Yeah, Beyond Light.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was it? Okay.
The one that takes place on the snow world, Europa, the moon?
God.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I got that.
Okay. So it opened up a whole bunch of
but that was that was in November though when that came out.
Oh, okay.
The expansion pack that came out in November. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been doing that anyway. I was on there this morning from I think 7 or 7:30 up until just after 1.
Okay.
Yeah, just knocking stuff out.
A standard gaming session.
I mean, yeah, right? Exactly. It's also Iron Banner week, so.
Oh, yeah.
Which I only just started that before I stopped playing today, which that is what I'll devote to tomorrow, is just slogging through Iron Banner to get those pinnacle achievements.
That's a very good word for it, slog, because that's what Iron Banner felt like to me.
It is. Now, I'm about to hit... Right now, my character, without the bonus artifact that I have, without the bonuses there, I'm at 1247.
Okay.
1250 is the hard cap.
Okay.
So I am very, very close to hitting that hard cap. The only way I move up after the hard cap to get to the pinnacle cap, the pinnacle cap is 1060. 1050 is the hard, 1060 is the pinnacle. Once I hit 1050, the only thing that's going to help me are pinnacle rewards. Powerful rewards don't do anything anymore. Mm. So,
but you're at 1050?
No, I'm at 1047.
Okay, the cap is 12.
I'm sorry, I say 10. I'm at 1247. The cap is 1250.
Okay, all right.
And then the pinnacle cap is 1260.
Okay.
So once I hit 1250, I don't have to do all of this grunt work things that I'm doing. Mm-hmm. You know, anything that drops a powerful reward, I don't care about anymore. You know, right now I'm doing everybody's bounties so I can get their powerful rewards, and that's 8 bounties per vendor that I have to do. Spent so much time in Gambit doing his stuff today. But yeah, that's just to get powerful rewards to get that. So, and then there's the pinnacle stuff. Probably just start doing the pinnacle stuff now and be able to hit that hard cap no problem. But yeah, I'm just about to hit 1250, and then I can focus on pinnacles, which will bring down the amount of time I need to play considerably. Because then I won't have to be doing all this stuff each week. Yeah. Not that I have to anyway, but
yeah, it still sounds like the game is a lot of work, but you're on the brink, so may as well finish it.
It is. I mean, it's always been that at the launch of an expansion. Mm-hmm. The main they'll upgrade us, I think, 50 levels per season within a year. You know, when the season starts again in March, they'll upgrade us 50 levels, and we'll have another thing to chase. Then when the next one launches 3 months from there, or however long it is, another 50 levels. Whenever they do an expansion, it's a considerable amount. I think it's about 1,000 levels. Am I? No. 3?
I still remember
200.
When the top was like 1050 or whatever.
It was 200. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 200.
200. The hard cap before the new season was 1050. Mm-hmm. Now the hard cap is 1250.
Yeah.
So that's what, 200? 200 levels? Yeah. My math ain't so good. Neither's my mouth. So yeah, it's like 200 levels, and sometimes more every time they launch an expansion. Mm-hmm. The seasons in between, I think they only go up by like 50, maybe 20. I don't know. It's not much. It's very easy to make that level grind within seasons, but at the beginning of expansion, it's a slog. So, yeah, the guys are hitting me up trying to do a raid tonight. Since now I'm at a level where I can do that. Yeah, I can actually run the brand new raid.
Speaking of when you spoke of Iron Banner, is at least the equipment any better? Because that was a problem. That was a problem I was having with that. I mean, the same old armor, the same old.
Oh no, the armor hasn't changed. I don't even know if the weapons have changed, but the armor has not changed at all. Yeah. The armor has not changed. That's one of the big gripes about it that I hear on the forums and stuff, is that they keep doing this, but they haven't updated it. The only reason I want to do it is the achievements. I say the achievements, but the bounties.
Okay, bounties more?
Yeah, well, each bounty, and there's 4 or 5 of them. Each bounty is a pinnacle reward.
Okay.
Which is a considerable boost to your power with what it drops down. So that's why it's important to me. Once I remember last season, or last year, I guess you could say, before the expansion dropped, I was at 1059. The place you couldn't go beyond was 1060. Mm-hmm. And all I needed was a heavy weapon, a rocket launcher, a machine gun, something, a grenade launcher, whatever, to go in that heavy slot. that was a 1060, and I never could get one. And then I stopped after a while. I was just like, nah, I'm at 1059. I'm fine. You know? And if I get the 1050, that's great, and I'll do some pinnacles here and there, and it'll probably bump me up. I'll probably get to around 1255 or so. I don't expect myself to get to 1260, and there doesn't really seem to be a point to it because the new season starts, and everybody's going to get to 1060 or 1260, no problem, when the new stuff starts. So, you know, I want to get up there so that I'll be able to compete with everybody else to run that raid or to do some of the higher level stuff that's available to me. Run the Nightfalls, run the dungeons, or run the harder Nightfalls, I guess you could say. Run some of the harder Empire hunts or whatever they're called. So, you know, that's what I'm doing. What else did I play? I played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but not much, and I haven't played it since, I think, last Saturday. I don't think I've played it. Oh, I did. I fired it up on... I got it for PS5, and I also have it for PC. I got it for free on PC. But, again, my card is old. So I got it on PC because I upgraded my processor. And so, yeah, I ran it on PC just to take a look at it and just see how it is and try out the save thing. And my save from PS5 went over to my PC. So that was kind of cool. Put me right where I needed to be.
Nice.
I really, really like that. I like that with Destiny. Oh, Destiny's getting crossplay next year.
Crossplay.
Crossplay. Yes. Get you back in it. I know, maybe not, but still.
I'm about 300 plus levels below you.
Whatever. I'll run with you, man. I'll run with you. Look, we got the whole raid team that'll run with you, dude. There's a whole, I say raid team. We got the whole clan on PC that will run with you, man. We're all there, and there's even more of us, so it'll be nice. Hopefully they can, I don't know, this is all they've announced, by the way. All they've said is that you're getting crossplay next year. They didn't say when next year, they didn't say how it's going to work, but hopefully they can figure out a way to, if we can get cross-save and we can get cross-play, what I would love to have is being able to see who is in the clan on what system. Right now, the way it is on PC, I can only see people who are in the clan who are also my friends on Steam. So even if they're on and in the clan and playing, if we're not friends on Steam, I can't see that they're on.
You won't see us. Okay.
Yeah. I want them to fix that. I want them to put something up there so I can see everybody in the clan. It'll show us everybody in the clan regardless of what system they're playing on or if they're friends or not. We just know that they're there and I can hit up and play with them if I want to, you know? Just, that's all. That's what we would like. And if they do this cross-play, hopefully cross-chat comes in. That way we can talk, you know, through the game, in the game system. We can type stuff out or whatever. I say type stuff because I'd be on the PC, typing to you on a PS5 through the clan chat part of it and saying, hey, we're about to run this. Does anybody want to join? You know, and get people from PS4 or whatever. Get people from consoles and PC to run whatever. It's gonna. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I know that it will. Finally, you know, it's what we've wanted for a long time is crossplay. Ever since I left the console, I've been wanting crossplay because I had a lot of great people I was playing with there, and I got a lot of great people I'm playing with on PC now, which I would still like to play with on PC if for whatever reason I decide to play the game from, you know, my Xbox. So when I don't feel like sitting in front of the computer and I just need to sit there and do boring stuff, I can sit there and do that and, you know, do that. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, let's take a break here, and when we come back, we'll go over some of the news. Game Awards took place on Thursday. That was a gigantic 4-hour waste of time. It really was. It was 4 hours. Anyway, everybody's got their complaints. My complaints are going to be the same complaints that were last year, with a few exceptions. So we'll talk about that. We'll go over the rundown of everything that was announced. I say everything. We'll hit the high points, I guess. There's some stuff not worth mentioning. I don't care how many people you put in Fortnite. I don't care. But you can run ad after ad after ad talking about these 2 people or 4 people or this new character coming into Fortnite. I don't care. So, yeah. We'll take a break. We'll come back. All of that. Here is music. It is Austin Wintory who is the composer on this. He did, I think he did the Journey soundtrack.
Okay.
He did Journey, and I think he did the Banner Saga, which I think I have autographed. The vinyl for that, I think I have autographed. So yeah, this is from John Wick Hex. I don't know the title of it, but that's what it's from. We'll be right back with more in-game chat after this. Welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from Immortals, Phoenix Rising. And this track is called Phoenix Dawn.
Sounds like end music.
It could be,
like
I don't
credits, know. Like the credits rolling.
I don't know. I picked this game up as well. There was a Best Buy had a buy two, get one free on some newer or next-gen titles. So Cyberpunk was one of them.
Right.
And then I picked up Immortals Phoenix Dawn, and then I got The Pathless, which for free.
Yeah.
So
see, the problem I always had with sales like that was that I can almost always find two.
Yeah.
But that free one is like, I'd have no desire to play any of these titles, but if I have to pick one, I guess I'll pick, and it just goes from there.
Yeah, well, I knew Cyberpunk should be on the list, and then Immortals Phoenix Rising was something I'd been looking at and was interested in. And then when I came across The Pathless, I was like, ooh, this looks really fun. So I grabbed that. There really wasn't a lot for me to pick from. There wasn't. Yeah. Mortal Kombat 11 was all over that thing, but I don't do those games.
Right.
But if The Pathless, I was tempted to get that, but yeah, so I just don't do those. But Pathless looked really good. We got music from Pathless coming up later. Also, Pathless composed by Austin Wintory, who did the other track. This one, this game and dude's career is taking off. It already was when we were talking to him, but I can't believe how, or maybe I can, but just how many things he is starting to compose. Gareth Coker, we've had on the show plenty of times. He did Ori and Will o' the Wisps, Ori and the Blind Forest. He did The Mean Greens. He's got a massive, well, now it's growing. He did this track. He did Ark. And now he's doing it for whatever that thing is with Vin Diesel and the Ark series. And apparently he's going to be doing the music for the Ark animated series. So he is just freight training with his career, just moving. I am so happy for him, and I'm so glad to see that come about for him. It's well deserved. Just fantastic. So congratulations. I know you don't listen to the show, Gareth, but congratulations. Let's see. Should we talk about the Game Awards? We only got 15 minutes. Let's save that for the top of the hour because then I'll go long on it if I could.
Mm-hmm. The laundry list of complaints you had?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not really. The complaints are. I'm not even going to try and spend a lot of time on the complaints, only for the fact because they're the same as they were last year. But no, running down all the announcements, which I guess kind of goes into my complaint period. But I'll tell you about that later.
That'll be later.
What we should tell you, we've already gone over the fact that Cyberpunk is having problems.
Yeah.
It's very buggy. It causes seizures, and it didn't have any warnings, and it was unskippable. But now the warning has been put there. I still don't think it's unskippable, but they now do have the seizure warning in place. The
seizure warning was one of the first things that popped up after.
Yeah, that was
probably the
that was with that. That was with that update you downloaded.
The hotfix thing, yeah.
Yeah. But the other thing with it was not just that, obviously, but there's apparently some copyrighted song that plays in a sequence, and you can't skip that either. I think it's causing a lot of problems with streamers, I believe, because they're streaming it and then it's having.
Also, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Those are not there because I remember there was an optional thing about play copyrighted songs on or off or something in the option screen. There was something in there about that.
Okay.
I didn't think anything of it because I just left it on. So. Let's
see. Is that the Sony fanboy who made the garbage show, made a bad game? I have no idea what he's saying. I look away when the brain dance loads. It's so bright. Oh, you can tone them down now. Okay, that's good. I don't know. There's plenty of options, I guess, that they've thrown in there. So I'm glad that you can change it and fit it the way you need to fit it and the way it works for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then we already talked about the crossplay. Halo Infinite got delayed, pushed to fall of 2021. That is the earliest that we'll see it, but we won't see it. You're going to look at 2022 for that game. Mm. I'm almost positive.
You expect it to be 2022.
Well, I expect that especially after the showing that they did for Microsoft's event for E3, whatever E3 was this year. Mm-hmm. And man, that Halo footage took a beating from people because it looked horrible.
Yeah.
Oh God, so many people to ban. So many people to ban. We already banned that one? Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll ban that one too. There we go. Sorry, some people getting in the chat room and, needing to get out of the chat room. Hey, there's Random. They're probably wondering if I'm going to raid tonight. I'll find out later. Halo Infinite, probably not until 2022. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Game Streaming, is coming to PC in the first half of 2021. What that means is, I don't know, so I'm going to look at the article because I don't remember. Is this where you can play let's see, web browser for X? Okay. Microsoft's cloud streaming service is coming to PC in the first half of 2021. When it comes to PC, the xCloud service will be included as part of the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. And if the game library is the same as the current Android service, it'll boast over 150 games. It's also coming to iOS at the same time. During its beta phase on iOS, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate featured a single game in the form of Halo, the Master Chief Collection. That was because Apple has a reluctance to host cloud streaming apps on its App Store. Apple is unwilling to change its policies, which create an unreasonable gamer experience. We'll deliver a great cloud gaming solution to iOS customers around the world via a web browser beginning in spring of 2021. Which I guess means we can play our games on our phones through streaming over the cloud thing, maybe? I don't know. Perhaps. We already talked about the problems Cyberpunk. There was article after article was, look at these problems that Cyberpunk is. Have you had the problem with your
No.
Okay. Do you know what I mean with
No.
Oh, you don't?
It was just
it may be on PC or it may be on consoles, but there is clipping going on with your character's clothes.
Mm-hmm.
and things will show.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if you'd run into that or not.
No.
Okay.
Because, well, first of all, because I'm in first person all the time.
Right,
and
but
there's no option to. That's something else that got me. I couldn't put it in third person.
I think on PC there may be a workaround for that.
Yeah, I think it's like hitting Q or something like that. It's something like that to do that. But yeah.
Yeah, there's clipping going on. They may have fixed it in the patch, I don't know. But I know it started out that way.
Okay.
Just a bunch of character models looking like their fly was open is basically what it looked like. So,
yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, we should talk about this. Epic Game Store, just like last year, is giving away free games. Look, all year they give away free games. In fact, I need to sign on and get those free games that they got, which is, I can't remember what it is right now. They're 2 RPG games, and I can't remember what they are that you can get for free on the Epic Game Store. One is an Obsidian RPG, and I can't remember the name of it. I have it on PC, or on Steam already. Pillars of Eternity, that's what it is. Yeah, Pillars of Eternity and Tyranny. Yeah, Pillars of Eternity is there, and then you get Tyranny as well. Anyway, Epic Game Store beginning December the 17th, next Thursday. They will give away free games every day through December 31st. So sometimes 2, sometimes 1. Oh, we don't ever know, but at least 1 free game will be given away every day from December 15th or 17th through December the 31st. Just log into your account, download that, or claim that game. You don't have to download it; just claim it, and then there you go. It's on PC. And they did a lot of great games last year around this time. I want to say Red Dead 2 or Red Dead Redemption 2 was in there. No, not Red Dead Redemption 2. Was it GTA 5? It's GTA 5. I don't know why I said Red Dead. It was GTA 5. But yeah, a lot of free games. So enjoy that when it happens. We'll tell you about it next week. But that's the thing. If you don't claim it for that day, then you miss it. You got to get the next day. So it's not one of these things where you can go back and get everything that was given away. You've got to log in every day and claim each free game. So just letting you know as a nice PSA. Love free stuff. Yeah, we're almost getting there. Telltale had an update on Wolf Among Us 2, but it's not really much of an update other than, hey, we're not really talking about it right now. I'm trying to see. We know you're excited to hear more about the Wolf Among Us 2, and we look forward to telling you more when the time is right. What we can say is we are developing the entire season at once, and there's more to do before we're ready to show what's next for the Fabletown gang. It's just not time yet. And then he says,
I think I played the original. That was a pretty good time playing that.
Then he says, and trust us, when the time is right, we are going to have a lot to talk about. So that'll be nice. That was one of the ones I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah. I mean, I tried others. I tried their Back to the Future Telltale. I gave that with a shot, and I was like, it didn't hold me like a Wolf Among Us did.
Was, and as a Back to the Future fan, as big as I am, it was nice to hear the voices. It was nice to see the characters again and kind of have some sort of continuity there going on with the previous, but it was not good. It was not good at all, especially compared to what they were able to do with Telltale's or the Walking Dead series and the Game of Thrones series, the Batman series, the Borderlands series, maybe even Minecraft. I don't know. I didn't touch that one, but they really got good at it. And unfortunately, Back to the Future was kind of their stepping stone to get good at it. It was a learning process for them. I think Jurassic Park was another one. That was also a learning process for them. Wolf Among Us was also good. Like I said, it was good stuff. So yeah. Anyway, looking forward to that. Oh, there it is. I have the news article right there to tell me what's free on the Epic Game Store. Pillars of Eternity and Tyranny, right there, right after the Telltale thing. Yeah. I'm going to open this link up, which talks about all the big announcements at the 2020 Game Awards. Yeah, and there's more stuff. Anyway, we got a few more minutes before we need to hit the break here at the top of the hour. By the way, if you do call in, I can't hear. If that's even on. There we go. Yeah. Now I can see when somebody calls in. Mm-hmm. While I'm facing you, now I can see when somebody calls in. What else is going on? Anything new? Anything that's happening as far as playing? Girlfriend's still learning the Animal Crossing. Mm-hmm. They put snow in Animal Crossing now. I didn't realize
I thought that would be already in there.
Well, yeah, I thought it would be too, but it's been a while since I played. Well, it's, played last week and I think there was snow, but still.
Well, it might be some seasonal thing because it's December.
Yeah. She upgraded her house. She was a tent, now she's a house. Mm-hmm. She had a tent, now she's got a house. She wasn't a tent, and then she became a house, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She does too.
She has a new abode. Okay,
yes.
We get it.
But see, now I can give her money because I've got plenty of it in the game, and I just haven't done a lot. The snow I think the snow may be bringing me back. The whole Christmas stuff may be bringing me back. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. It's not too terribly grindy. Mm-hmm. Not like Destiny is, obviously. But
yeah, Destiny feels like a chore. So I got
It can. It depends. Getting to a certain point feels like a chore because that is a chore, but once you're at that point and you can kind of step back a little bit, don't have to grind so hard, it's not as much of a chore. It's like, let me do these daily things, I say daily, let me do these weekly things, which take no time at all to do, and then, move on from there. So, yeah. Then, of course, there's the aspect of the two other characters I have. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with those this season, because there's so much you have to do in this, at the beginning of this, like when you start a character. Mm-hmm. I say start, I don't even mean start, but where you pick up where you left off type of thing. There's so much to do right at the beginning. I don't know if I feel like going through and doing all that again. Yeah. Because I know at some point down the line, all this stuff is going to be skipped over. Yeah. You'll start a new character and it's just going to give you all this stuff that I had to grind for. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, no, we can't let you go through all that again. You need to we want you to get in there so you can play the new stuff, so you don't have to do all this. They just give it to you.
Yeah, because I think we did the same thing. Like when Destiny 2 first came out, we played 3 characters. That meant story mode 3 times, from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Before you got to the real meat of the gameplay online. All the grinding stuff that we had to do.
I've still got a lot that's just sitting there waiting for me to do, because I say waiting for me to do. It's stuff that is building up over playtime. Mm-hmm. It's a whole lot of stuff that I'm just not going to sit there and worry about, but I'm just going to let it naturally do, where it's like, kill this many things or do this many whatever, blah, 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 and do it while you're in strikes, or do it while you're in PvP. Okay. I'm not focusing on any one thing. I'm just like, those things will fill themselves out over time. Mm-hmm. So I'm letting them do that. But yeah, so I'm definitely not pushing as hard. And I also don't feel the need to push as hard as I used to. Mm. I don't feel that. It's called FOMO, fear of missing out. Mm-hmm. I don't have that fear of missing out. I want to say I used to with Destiny. I feel like I did, but I don't anymore. Mm. I think the experiences that I went through this past few months, not necessarily put anything into a perspective. I'm not going to turn into the last few minutes of a movie where dude went through all this stuff and realized the true meaning of Christmas. That's not what I'm turning into, but I will say all of that stuff became so trivial, know? And obviously in the big picture of things, yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
But I just don't feel the need to play. I want to play. Mm-hmm. But I don't necessarily feel the need to sacrifice to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that fear of missing out
That's something. That's a big thing for them. For Destiny, it's one of their big things. They wanted to. It's something. It's a direction they looked at going. They may have even gone into it for a couple of seasons with the FOMO. So,
I don't know. Well, figuring this out, I mean, I think it only holds weight if it's something that you know is going to be going away. And some things you did say went away after these expansions, like planets was gone.
I mean, we lost Titan,
lost planets. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
You lost planets and things like that. It's like for me with Grand Theft Auto Online, in my case, for example, there's a whole bunch of stuff I have yet to do in that game, but it's not like it's going to be going away.
Yeah.
So there's no fear of missing out. I mean, it'll still be there.
No, there's a lot of stuff that they, it's like it's here for the season and then it's gone. Yeah, it's only here for this season and then the next season it's gone. So there's stuff that's going to be here and then you won't be able to get it once March rolls around because it'll go away. I don't know what that stuff is because I haven't looked into it.
Okay, well, I was just about to say, look into it. If it's worth your while, go for it. And if it's not,
but I'm not even doing that. I don't want to look into that. I'm like, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. It's not something that feels like it needs to drive that. What's driving me is getting me to the level where I can raid with them, where I can do the more higher experience stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. For the long, I barely touched Destiny. I mean, obviously I had issues health wise, but I barely touched Destiny. I think around after August or so. Hardly touched it at all. I was at the level I needed to be. I'd done everything I needed to do. The only things I needed to do were run the raid a few times, which they helped me out that one night to get the achievements that I want, or that the triumphs that I wanted and everything else, and that got my card. So,
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're at the top of the hour. I BS'd enough to get us all the way to the top. We are good to go. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hit up the Game Awards. Music here from a game called The Shady Part of Me, or Shady Part of Me. I don't know if it's got the in front of it. Reminded me a little bit of Contrast, but not where you could flip between your shadow person or your real, whatever. Remember Contrast?
I never played Contrast.
But you remember it? You remember the mechanic that was involved with it? It was puzzle solving, and you used shadows and light to maneuver through the environment.
I know the game, but I never knew the mechanics. If you're talking about shifting between light and dark, the only thing I've played like that would be Ikaruga.
Yeah,
that was a vert shooter.
No. Contrast was great.
Okay.
But this sort of seems like that. I don't know. It's called Shady Part of Me. It's on, I think it's on Steam. I don't know if it's on any other like consoles or anything, but it looked very interesting. Anyway, we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from The Pathless. The track of this one is called An Empty Monastery. This is also music composed by Austin Wintory. Pathless looked really good. Or looked interesting to me. The movement mechanic and everything else looked fun. So, and I got it for free, so we'll see. The Game Awards took place on Thursday night. I did not watch pretty much. I watched some of it, and some of it I didn't.
Okay, would it be some of it and most of it you didn't?
Most of it I didn't watch.
Most of it you didn't watch. Yeah, because you said it was 4 hours, right?
Yeah, it started I think at 6:30 and ended at 9. No, that's 2.5 hours maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it felt like 4 hours.
I don't know. Well, it depends. If you start with the pregame, which they have.
With the countdown thing, with the clock in the corner. Was it something like that?
Yeah, something like that. No. Anyway, Last of Us 2 came out the big winner. I think it got 7 awards out of the whole thing. Mm. I'm not going to go over esports team. I'm not going to go over esports host or athlete or event or coach or game on these esports at all. Best community support went to Fall Guys. Player's Choice, which was nice to see. This was a game voted on by the players, by the public, not by a thing. And it was Ghost of Tsushima. Shut up. That won Player's Choice.
That blew up on Facebook. I saw after that, man.
This is. I wish they were all voted this way. You know, I would love.
Someone would say it should be voted that way.
I would love to see the results. Mm-hmm. I really, really would. I would love to see the differences between what the public would vote for compared to what their little panel votes for. Mm-hmm. Most anticipated game is Elden Ring. Content Creator of the Year. No. Best multiplayer, Among Us. Best sports racing game, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, the remastered version. Best sim strategy game, Flight Simulator. Best role-playing game was Final Fantasy VII Remake. VR, Half-Life Alyx. Mobile game, Among Us. Fighting game, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. Mm-hmm. Family game, Animal Crossing. Action adventure, Last of Us Part 2. Action game, Hades. Best score, music, Final Fantasy Remake 7. Best audio design, Last of Us Part 2. Innovation and accessibility was Last of Us. Best narrative was Last of Us. Best art direction was Ghost. Best performance was Abby in Last of Us. Games for Impact was Tell Me Why. Best ongoing game, No Man's Sky. Best debut game, Phasmophobia. You looked into that?
Okay. Was that a horror?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds like it. Yeah. Think of Phantasm or Phantasmagoria or something like that. Yeah.
Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
Best indie game was Hades. Best game direction, Last of Us. And then game of the year was Last of Us. So, yeah, there you go. That's the rundown on that. So, before we get into all the announcements, and there were a lot of announcements. I feel like there were more announcements than there were awards. Here's what I can't stand, and I couldn't stand it last year. The decision of who gets to accept their award and give a thanks and that sort of thing, compared to the categories that don't get that option.
Yeah.
You know? There were at least 2 of those. All those categories I just listed, there were at least 2 of them that I watched Jeff do in the span of 5 minutes or less. He would just say, and now it's time for this award. The nominees are this. Not even showing clips of the game or anything like that. And the winner of that is this. Congratulations. Moving on. We're giving away the award for that. I mean, just boom, boom. No. He had presenters for some, and then he did the rest on most, and then was just like, this is the award, here it is, they won, moving on, here's our next announcement. You know? Just, at this point, separate it. Have your award show, have your announcer show, whatever you want to do it, I don't know. But mixing in like that and giving time for some and not time for others, or whatever the case may be, give everybody the chance to accept their award. You know, I don't know of any other award show that kind of does that before. I know that one of the things everybody talked about when they were talking about hey, we should do a video game award show. There should be a video game awards thing, was they modeled it after all the other kind of award shows that are out there. And while some people still get awards that are not in the big overall program of award shows, which I've stopped watching a lot of them a long time ago.
I was about to say this is a mistake then if you patterned it after something that no one really has interest in.
Well, I get that. Well, I would be interested in hearing from some of the developers to accept their award and talk about what that means for them. Rather than just burning through and running through and doing all this. I would change up some of the categories, probably slim those down, or do exactly what some of the other award shows do. Give those awards out earlier in the evening or earlier in the week or whatever. Make it available so that people can watch it. Tonight we're going to do the awards for all the stuff nobody cares about. Today, I say nobody cares about. The esports stuff. I don't. But the people who play esports, they care. So give it to them. Figure out what needs to go in the first show, and then figure out what needs to go in the second show. You know what I'm saying? Do one ahead of time that covers all of what they consider to be the, let's get these, the technical awards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that way it still gives these people a chance to accept their award and talk about what it means. And it gives people who want to see that the ability to see it. And then the next night you can do the awards that do all the bigger stuff that you want to do with your presenters. And again, it still gives those people the opportunity to see the developers come up and talk about, hey, this is what that award means to me, that sort of thing. The way they've got it now, it is more announcements than it is awards. It's more advertising than it is awards. And I can't look. I don't know what goes into doing this. So I don't know what is spent, how much money is spent. I don't know what the deals are with the companies to show the games and things like that. I don't know any of that. So it's likely something that just is way too complicated, and this is just how it's going to be. But the announcements, everything that was announced, all that stuff, could be its own show. And you could cut back on the time. You could make it an hour and a half long program with just the announcements.
How many people were watching these awards in full strictly for the announcements and nothing else?
Mostly everybody.
Okay, yeah.
I would say 90 to 99% of people who watched this were watching it for the announcements. Sure, they were probably interested in a few awards here and there.
Yeah,
but
so make this video game award show have to be a different name for it. But this show would focus strictly on announcements for coming in the new year.
Well, they want to have an award. I mean, that's
as much attention they gave to awards, they may as well write a news article with a list.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They could give more attention if they cut back on the announcements, or move the announcements to a separate part. You know what I'm saying? Just here, we're just going to put this. E3 is when they do E3, when they do it proper, I guess. E3 is a 3-day long event, but before E3 they do the press conferences. And originally that was spread out over at least 2 days, sometimes 3, a Sunday, a Monday, and a Tuesday. Do the same thing. Have an awards on have part of the awards on Wednesday night, or Tuesday night. Have part of the awards on Thursday, and then have all the announcements on Friday or something like. I don't know. I'm coming up with all this stuff. I don't know. I don't sit behind the desk that makes those decisions. It's not my show. It's not my money, that sort of thing. So I have no idea. They probably have looked into this, and this is the reason, and they're doing it for the reason that they do it, because that's the only way they can. But I don't know. I have no idea. I applaud them for making the effort, but I hate when I see games win and nobody gets to say what that win means to them. We don't get to see their excitement of winning, if that's the case, And it was a little odd this year because people are at home on Zoom and doing whatever to accept their awards. I mean, it was a little strange.
That's nothing new.
But that's fine, That was fine. But
You see it at the Oscars and Academy Awards all the time.
Yeah,
And then with COVID, especially going to see it now.
Lack of an audience, I think, hurt because you didn't have the crowd cheering and that sort of thing.
No, there ain't gonna be no crowd.
Yeah, exactly. I think that hurt, but at the same time, that also prevented like some of the filler stuff that they would put in. Like here's a band performing a song from
a
game. It's like no,
most folks didn't like that anyway.
No, and I loved the other stuff they were doing where they had the London Philharmonic was doing was doing game music. Mm-hmm. You know, that was great. There was a whole little medley for the Game of the Year stuff where they did all the songs for the Game of the Year. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. I need to get it and put it for one of, and maybe I will, and do that. It was good. I haven't even looked. Hades won 2 awards. Kudos to Laura Bailey. The worst game of the 5 won Game of the Year. The whole show is crap. Jeff Keighley is the worst. But then it would have been even longer. Console game. Okay, just like the content creator stuff. How about no awards? Who cares? All subjective. It's why I don't watch the Oscars or the Grammys either. Especially this year. The Lady Behind the Window is nice and a little creepy. I don't know what that is. The Lady Behind the Window.
I don't know. There's usually someone who stands out, I guess, at these things.
I guess so. Anyway, that was the awards, and those were my complaints. Here's the announcements. We're getting a new Perfect Dark, which is coming from the Initiative. As far as I know, that's a Microsoft thing. So, yeah, that's Microsoft. Perfect Dark, I think, is owned by Microsoft. Or the IP is, so the developer probably is as well, which means, hey, it's a Game Pass game. I'll be able to play it. That's fine.
I haven't heard the name in a long time, though.
What? Perfect Dark? Yeah, man. Launch game for the Xbox 360.
Yeah. Let's see. First release, Nintendo 64, May of 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Latest release, the one on 360, 2010.
Yeah, Perfect Dark is Rare, but they're not. I think they own the IP, but of course Microsoft owns Rare, which means they own the IP.
Yeah, Nintendo, Rare, Xbox Game Studios.
Yeah.
Ultimate Play the Game. Publishers, by the way.
Yeah. Sephiroth is coming to Smash Brothers. That was like apparently the biggest announcement. Master Chief in Fortnite, don't care. BioWare showed a little bit of Dragon Age 4. It was a cinematic. But that's basically all we got.
Mm-hmm.
Mass Effect. There was a teaser for something, I guess. Mm-hmm. A trailer for something. Just saying Mass Effect will continue. That was it. Don't know. The Callisto Protocol was announced. It's by the creator and executive producer of Dead Space. Said he wants to make the single most scariest game for PC and consoles. In the trailer, a space zombie barfed on a dude. Not really scary, but definitely gross.
It's a tough act to follow, man. Dead Space did have some serious pop when it first came out.
Yeah. Arc 2 debuted with a lengthy cinematic trailer in which Vin Diesel and other characters fended off dinosaurs and fled into a cave. There, they found a sci-fi pod-type object that revealed Diesel's character's identity. He seemingly wiped the data. Lights out, old friend, he said. To be honest, I was hoping it was going to turn out to be a new Riddick game. That would be great. But this will do. Yeah. New Arc. Something called Open Roads from the developers of Gone Home and Tacoma. I did watch the trailer for that. Looked interesting. Season, which is about you riding a bike. Another road trip type thing, but you're on a bicycle. It looks okay. It looks kind of relaxing. You know what I'm saying? Those games that you can play that are relaxing, that are soothing, I suppose, whatever it is. But that's what Season seemed. Then there was Road 96, which is another road trip game. It's a procedural road trip game. Yeah. Trailer looked interesting. Back for Blood was shown off, which is from the Left 4 Dead guys, Turtle Rock. It looks like Left 4 Dead. It's Left 4 Dead. They're calling it Back for Blood. It's the same company that made Left 4 Dead. They know the formula. They're just going to keep doing it.
So it should have been something called Left 4 Dead, subtitle Back for Blood.
Basically,
yeah.
I mean, seriously, this is Left 4 Dead. I know it says Back for Blood, but it's Left 4 Dead.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is to make a game like co-op zombie basher Left 4 Dead, but more and bigger, is what they said. Mm-hmm. Disco Elysium is getting a final cut, which I guess is whatever, the Game of the Year edition type stuff.
Yeah.
New Among Us level was announced. Oh, a new Evil Dead game is coming out next year. The Evil Dead, the game, basically, it's a co-op zombie thing. I mean, it's Evil Dead, so it's co-op shooting and slashing. Century Age of Ashes is a dragon combat game.
Anything like a lair?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Probably.
I mean, it's not a lot of ways to do dragon combat, is it? I mean, Back of a Dragon, go have at it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably. Returnal is due out in March.
Returnal?
Returnal.
Okay.
It's Return.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a sci-fi horror game for the developers of Resogun, which is interesting. Because Resogun... Looking at this game and then thinking of Resogun, it doesn't look the same, with the exception of, I think, some particle effects that they got in there. But yeah, let's see. Super Meat Boy Forever. Fall Guys 3rd season is coming on December the 15th. Yakuza is getting a massive amount of stuff. You play those games, right?
Yeah.
It says the entire mainline Kiryu Yakuza saga? Is that who I'm thinking of?
The main protagonist?
I guess. I don't know. I haven't played these, so I don't know.
But it's been you had Yakuza 0, of course. You had 1, then through 6, and the Song of Life. So
anyway,
next generation.
They're all coming to Xbox Game Pass, Windows 10, and Steam. The remastered collection, which is Yakuza 3, 4, and 5.
Right.
Wait. Yeah, I don't know. It says the remastered collection, then in parentheses is Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 also available separately. So maybe that's what that is. I don't know.
Yeah, because we had, like I said, we had Yakuza 0, then we had the remake of 1 and 2, Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2, and then we had the collection of which is a remake of 3, 4, and 5 all in the same set. So then 6 already came out, the Song of Life. So that was a full set right there.
That's coming to Xbox Game Pass on March 25th. So, a game called Fist. It's about a rabbit with a really big arm. I know it's weird to say. You've got to look it up.
Sounds like anime.
Yeah, kind of.
Man, One Piece. I mean, one of his moves like blowing up his fist is the size of a wrecking ball. So, yeah.
Evil West looked good, but it was only a cinematic, so I can't tell you exactly how it played or anything like that. It's a... Let's see. It says you're a cowboy, you shoot vampires, like all cowboys used to do. It's from Flying Wild Hog, the studio that made Hard Reset and the new Shadow Warrior games. So
Old West vampires.
Yeah, I liked the aesthetic of it, or I like the idea of what the aesthetic is.
I want to say there was a movie that did that. I can't think of it right now. It wasn't Grim. No, it wasn't Grim Fairy Tales. No. I'm drawing a blank. I could have swore I've seen something with Old West vampires before. I think I could have swore I saw that somewhere. I can't think of it right now. But yeah.
Ruined King is the first single-player League of Legends game. There was a trailer for that. Elder Scrolls Online. Gates of Oblivion. Apparently they're opening up Oblivion to the Elder Scrolls Online. Blah, blah, blah. Warframe. And I probably missed a couple of things, but that is all that I see here on this website that said all the big announcements at the 2020 Game Awards. So there you go.
So didn't one of the Red Dead games have a zombie mode? Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Red Dead did have was Zombie Nightmare or Zombie Apocalypse or
Zombie
something
Nightmare,
like that.
yeah.
Zombie Nightmare, yeah. Yeah, it was a variation of that.
It did.
It was a film. It was a film I was thinking of that had had that theme. Old West.
There's cowboys and aliens. That has nothing to do with vampires.
Was that Daniel Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I remember that one, yeah. I can't, that'll come to me. Perhaps I'm going to be searching IMDb or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But yeah, those were the announcements at the Game Awards. And
speaking of Warframe, that's something I got to get back into. They're still developing and supporting for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and there's so much out. There's something I have so much to do in there.
I'd put
I won't get around to it anytime soon.
I'd put Warframe easily above. I put Warframe above a lot of these. I don't want to say free to play, but the whatever they are.
It is
the kind of Destiny-esque type thing.
Yeah,
like Destiny's trying to do the best they can, but man, Warframe is just knocking it out of the park every time they do it. Mm-hmm. They're amazing at what they do with.
Yeah, before them bows came in Destiny, they were already in Warframe.
Oh yeah,
they're the bows and they're really fun to use, and the payoff you get from having like I got a heavy bow on one of my characters, and it's like the drawback. It takes a while for it to draw back, but when you let that thing fly and the distance those arrows go, and how much folks you can take out from there, it's a really good payoff being able to do that. I
played the littlest bit of Warframe trying to get into it back when I think James was playing it too, and he may still be playing it. I don't know, but yeah, I got a little bit into it and liked it, especially like the fact that you could get on your ship and do stuff on your ship, whereas you can't do anything on our ship here, but on our ship in Destiny.
Yeah,
but
it just looks pretty.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that.
And there was one thing I was noticing about the ships in Destiny is like it looks like some of the ships look like they have armaments on them. I think a lot of people talk about space fighting or something
in Warframe or in Destiny.
Destiny. Some of those things look like they have armaments on them, or look like they can fit armaments on those things. And space fighting should be a thing, could be a thing. But then again, we can't even get sparrow racing in that thing.
Yeah, no, I would. Yeah, no, it was. There's been. I remember when Star Wars: The Old Republic, we had ships in that, and we could go on our ship and we could do different things inside the ship. Not very much, but we could still do different things. And we were all hoping at some point that we'd be able to actually fly these ships or have some sort of space combat. And eventually they put that in there.
Yeah.
They put in doing space missions where you could fly the ship around and do that. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I would love something like that. Be it even if they just gave us free fly during loading screens, you know, or something. Just something to do during loading screens would be fine.
Yeah.
Just to get us started, I guess. But I still would love to have like a ship that you can customize and everything else, or a ship that you can. I mean, right now, you know, they took away all the random modifications for your Ghost. Your Ghost is now like any other piece of equipment that you have, where you can masterwork it up to 10 levels, and then you can add mods to it that are specific to what Ghost can do, like finding the resources out on the planets or treasure chests.
Yeah, some are random, some are
XP, that sort of thing.
Set.
Yeah, it's not like that anymore.
Okay.
It's just it's empty, and you slot it with mods that you want. So
the higher the level, more mods you can put on there.
Well, so in other words, just like with armor and just like with weapons, there are 10 slots available. I say the slots. Let me see. You can upgrade it to level 10.
Right.
When you get it, you're at level 1. If you put resources into it, it moves it up to level 2, which provides 2 slots. And then 3 and 4 all the way up to 10. Well, some mods cost 5 slots worth or 6 slots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have 10 to work with. Put on whatever you need to put on that either maxes it out to 10 or gets you what you need,
right,
without going over, that sort of thing. So, like if I wanted to put in the XP that I have, which is I think I can't remember what it is. It takes up 6 slots, and it gives you an XP bonus of some sort of percentage. Well, then that only leaves me 4 slots to put something else in there, you know. So I don't know. It's a little bit confusing trying to explain it on the radio without some sort of visual guide to say here's what this looks like. But anyway, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to answer this phone. I don't know who it is. I'm going to guess Chris, but I could be wrong. But we're going to answer this phone when we come back, and we'll have just a little bit more whatever was left on the thing here, and we'll be right back with more of In-Game Chat after this. Music here from a game off of, I know it's on Xbox Game Pass right now. It's called Call of the Sea. We'll be right back. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. This, from what I understand, is music from Cyberpunk 2077, but I haven't played it. It says it's the main menu music.
I didn't stay on long enough to get that.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't played it anyway to know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all talking in the chat room about getting, because I told them, when I got done with doing Destiny today, I was like, I'm 1247, and then with my artifact I'm 1257. They're like, oh, you can raid with us now. Come raid. I put in a good chunk of time today. I don't know that I'm going to raid. I'm going to be putting in a good chunk of time tomorrow, playing that Iron Banner stuff to get those pinnacles and things.
Remember the slog.
And I say I'm going to do that. I might not, because the Dawning starts Tuesday, and that's their Christmas event. Their big holiday Christmas event. You bake a bunch of cookies and give them to all the vendors and stuff, and it's, I'm just saying, it's likely going to also take up a bunch of time, and I just don't know if I want to put in that time now or put in time later.
I think the best thing. I think the best thing I got from the Dawning was probably some shaders from there.
If you can get the outfits, if you can get the armor, sometimes the armor can look good.
Yeah.
But if I go back and look at it, I don't think there's a single thing from the Dawning except for my sleigh ride Sparrow. Mm-hmm. It was a Sparrow that looked like a sleigh, and it had a bunch of glimmer in the back that would fall off whenever you're flying through. Yeah.
When you boosted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the best thing. I can't remember a single weapon or any sort of item. Well, some of the ghosts that you get, like I got a snowball ghost with wooden stick antlers.
There was a sword or something that I got from there. I think it was called the Zephyr. Think it was a weird. It looked like something from Fisher Price, basically. But it was the sword, so I guess it was effective at one hit kills and everything. But it didn't look very didn't look intimidating at all. It was just like, yeah, okay.
No,
this is what I got to work with. All right.
So I got I also got a snow globe ghost. Mm-hmm. Like it was a snow globe and you can shake them up. So those are really cool to get. I enjoy those, but I don't really think that there's anything else that I ever got from those that was just that was worth all the trouble to do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like Iron Banner.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
No, I'm serious about that. There was not a lot of stuff in there worth having. I thought the handgun was interesting, but the rate of fire was really slow.
I will tell you, the only thing that was worth out of Iron Banner was the thing that everybody was going for was the grenade launcher, the heavy grenade launcher that came with it. Mm-hmm. Swarm of Ravens, I think is what it was called.
Okay.
And it had, if you could get that with a good roll, sticky grenades and a couple of other things, it was a big thing to get because it helped in the raids and stuff like that. Did some great damage, but it's I don't know. I just Yeah, I'm not playing it for the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even playing it for the armor. I'm playing it for those pinnacle bounties.
Right.
Because those are going to drop gear. Regardless of if I use it or not, I can infuse it into stuff I already have.
Right.
And that'll bring my level up. So there's 5 of those, and they're a slog to get, but we'll see. I don't know.
Yep.
Don't know. Let's go to the phones. Talk to Chris. If I hit the button right. Hey, Chris.
What's going on, y'all?
Not much. What are you doing, man?
Playing more Fallout 4 on the PlayStation.
Yeah? Fallout 4, huh?
Yeah, been having a blast playing that one.
That's still fun, man.
Yeah.
Still going around the wastelands and doing all types of other stuff.
Yep.
Scavenging.
And also, recently I found one of these other companies out there that does reproduction games and translates some of the ones we never got into English. And I had you remember the Earthbound on Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first, that was called the Mother series in Japan.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Because
Mother
Mother
2.
3 was something that they were looking forward to.
Yeah, Mother 3 was on Game Boy Advance. Mother 2 was Earthbound over here. But I had Mother 1 and 2 on, from the Japanese version. And I got one of these, those fancy emulator consoles from Analog. That's the FPGA one that I've got. But I got the one that plays Nintendo and Famicom. It has 2 cartridge slots. So I checked out Mother for the first time in a while and just checked it out and decided to have a little fun playing it. And then I said, well, I'll just see if I can find some company that has reproductions and get one of that. And they had a buy 3 and get 1 free sale. So I got Mother, I got Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3 on Nintendo. And they actually, I haven't seen screenshots, but they transported and put Final Fantasy 7 on a Nintendo cartridge, which, I said, yeah, there's 4 of them. So I did that. And then I decided to look around on eBay to see if anybody else had those reproductions. And they had if you remember the Tom Walk Games that did the reproductions on Super Nintendo, they were well known for that years and years ago.
I'm not remembering. What were they called again?
Time Walk Games.
Time Walk?
Yeah, all they did was reproduction games for the Nintendo. They were well known for the like the golden what was that game? It was one of the DuckTales, like the golden DuckTales cartridge or game with the lunchbox years ago.
God, no, it's not ringing a bell at all, man.
Oh well, but anyway, they made a version of Mother 1 as well called Earthbound Zero. So I bought it as well because I've got a big collection of the Tom Walk games on Super Nintendo, and I'm thinking, God, I have to have that one too. I can't resist it. I hate buying 2 of the same one, but I'll at least give the other one to my buddy or something for a Christmas gift, and at least now I have another Tom Walk Games one to add to my collection.
Yeah. Welcome to the world of steelbook collecting.
Oh, goodness.
Yep.
I'm looking up this DuckTales artist proof gold cart lunchbox.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
Yeah, that's 4 digits. Wow.
Okay, now I gotta look.
Yeah, anybody that's, you can just look on eBay and, look up Time Walk, one word, and
Yeah.
All those have skyrocketed about 3 or 4, maybe 5 times the value of what, they sold for when they made them years ago.
Oh, okay. This was for the remaster, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this.
Yep, they're out there.
But I remember hearing about this. I remember even having a chance to get one of these things. But I don't remember why I passed on it. I mean, actually buying one, not getting one sent to me or anything like that, but actually buying one.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
I hate the fact they canceled the reboot. That series on Disney. They got through 3 seasons and then they called it quits. So, Well, they actually haven't gotten through 3 seasons. They're still in the middle of the 3rd season. That was so... Really, really enjoyed that. The first 2 seasons, I was looking forward to the 3rd and them going wherever they were going to go with it. And then it's like, nope, we're going to cancel it after the 3rd. And says, right. Hate that. Well, Chris, thanks for calling in, man.
All right, y'all. Good to talk to y'all. Y'all have a good Christmas if I don't hear from y'all again.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Take care
All right,
now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yep. DuckTales. I got to remember there's a Big poster auction tomorrow for Mondo. I got a bunch of Mondo posters, and there is an auction tomorrow for about 2,300 posters for Mondo. It's not you're not bidding on all 2,300.
Yeah.
They're all put up individually, and you're bidding on the ones you want. But it ends tomorrow. So
These movie-sized posters?
some are and some aren't.
Any of them framed?
No, none of them are framed. No. I mean, here I'll put a link into the. Even though it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, I'm going to send you a link so you can see these posters. I wish I could send you a link to my watch list. So that you could see, so you see the ones that I'm looking at. But here they are. And paste. Go. There you go. Like, here's a Star Wars. It's a group of 3 prints by an artist named Tyler Stout. Includes the variant editions. $2,550 is the highest bid so far.
Goodness.
Yeah. There's a poster for Hitchcock's Vertigo for $625. Ooh.
I see the Star Wars with the is that C-3PO on there?
That's an Ollie Moss. That's an Ollie Moss first edition, and it's a group of 3 because he did one for Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi.
Yeah,
and that's $8,000.
That's $8,000 for 3 posters.
$8,000.
24 by 36 art prints.
Let's do not time left. Let's do price high to low. Yeah, that's your high one right there.
Mm-hmm.
$8,000. $8,000. Gosh. There's an Evil Dead poster going for $1,000. Oh, it's also an Ollie Moss print, by the way. Man.
So Ollie Moss is the name to look at in terms of posters, huh?
He is. He is great at what he does there with artists with what he can do as far as the art and everything. Mm-hmm. Ollie Moss was also a part of the art design on Firewatch. You remember that game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was part of the art design for that, which I could easily tell in the game after seeing some of his posters. Some good stuff. Some good stuff. They all end tomorrow. I don't know that I'll be able to get anything. I think on my watch list, the prices just keep going up.
Yeah.
So, I do have a ceiling as far as like I'm not going above. Definitely not going above $100 on any one of those things. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to keep it in the realm of like 60 to 40, something like that. Yeah. I don't even want to spend $80 on something. Mm-hmm. If I spend $80 on the poster, I am buying that one thing. I won't be buying, like if I do 40 on one and maybe 40 on another or something like that. That's not bad. Mm-hmm. Get 2. That's fine. But 80 for one, I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It depends. I need to look at the watch list again and see what's there. I'm not expecting to get honestly anything in there. It's just, yeah. So anyway, let's talk about console sales because Nintendo Switch was the best-selling console in November in the United States. It sold 1.35 million units, and that reached nearly 7 million units year to date. This is 24 consecutive months that the Switch has sold the most of any console in the U.S. Wow. The Switch and Switch Lite combined systems sold 1.35 million units in the U.S. during November. That included Black Friday weekend. Supply constraints were the problems for the Xbox Series S and X consoles and the PS5, of course. Wow. Now, so the Nintendo Switch had a really good month and has just been having a really good year. But the PlayStation 5, according to the NPD group, It made more money, dollar sales, in November than any other console. The PlayStation 5 did. In fact, the PlayStation 5 sold more units in its launch month of November and made more money than any other console in the history of the United States. The previous record holder for both of those titles was the PS4 back in November of 2013. So, yeah. PS5 is riding high. Good. The PS5 was so hot, in fact, that the DualSense controller, the new controller for the system, also had the highest launch month in both units and dollar sales for any controller in U.S. history. I'm sure that wasn't a hard feat to hit, really.
No, you're usually going to get another controller anyway. Might as well do it now.
Yeah. Hardware spending in November for all the consoles and everything else totaled $1.4 billion. That is a 58% increase over last November, which, of course, you've got brand new systems.
New consoles, yeah.
You've also got this massive run on Nintendo Switches ever since the pandemic started. Mm-hmm. It's been hard for people apparently, ever since the pandemic started, the demand for the Switch has been high, and the availability for the Switch has been low.
Folks, you got a lot of downtime on your hands right now, so, yeah.
Yep.
Something to keep you occupied. So, yeah, there you go.
Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War was November's best-selling game and is already 2020's biggest launch so far, making it the 13th year in a row that a Call of Duty game managed to do that. Assassin's Creed Valhalla came in at number 2 and is now the 7th best-selling game overall this year. However, Valhalla's launch month sales were the highest since Assassin's Creed 3 in 2012. Spider-Man Miles Morales in November is November's 3rd bestseller, which is interesting because that's a console exclusive. Well, I say console exclusive. It's on the PS4 and the PS5. Yeah. It did not, however, beat the sales from Spider-Man in September of 2018. So, there you go. So, anyway, I guess that's pretty much it. I'm going to, like I said, I was talking about the Dawning and stuff. I'll see what's available for the Dawning. I don't know if I'll participate as much this year or not.
Yeah. From what I recall, most of the holiday things are just like kind of meh. I mean, there's maybe one or two items maybe you want to pick up out of that, but the rest of the way is just not that.
I mean, I was able to get through their Halloween event, and that was even when I had COVID. Mm-hmm. But actually, I'd just gotten COVID. I woke up the next morning. So I got diagnosed with COVID on that Friday. I got up Saturday morning, and I did this. I barely had to play the game at all in order to do what I had to do because I was so close to finishing that up.
Yeah.
So, and I finished it up, and that was well into how, tons of time to play the game and do what I needed to do. So the Dawning event, I think, goes through the new year. So tons of time to do whatever I got to do with it. So I don't need to rush through it like I try to do, like I used to do. So anyway, we're coming up on the end of it. What are you going to do this week?
Well, let's try to finish what I started with. Advance more into Cyberpunk. Probably do a chat room says. Take 5 steps in autosave just in case something messed up happens, and based on what was going on, something will happen. Trying to weigh out all my things because I say I got made 2 characters. I made one a nomad, the other a street kid, and it does change some of the dialogue in terms of what you can ask and what you can question about in the playthrough. So I'm seeing what the difference is there. I didn't go the corporate route, so later on I'll probably see what the corporate setup is all about, and see what their dialogue options are. Seems the only difference I've seen so far is how you meet up with Jackie in each intro, because the intros were different between Nomad and Street Kid, so I don't see why corporate would be any different. So I'll see what happens there.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us in the chat room and listening to us on the stream and on the radio as well. Thanks everybody who grabs us each week from iTunes or wherever you get our show for later use. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. That's where we'll post tomorrow morning and get all the entire videos up there for you. And also iTunes and Twitch. You're watching us on Twitch? Thanks everybody for coming in. Do I have time? Let's see if I can do a quick. AC Wraith, Arioka, A10, Bama Bryant 17, Biosk 1, Casket Sharp, Commander Root, Consieltor, Drunk Degenerates, Electrical Longboard, that's new, Go With Him, Lethal Migraine, and Stephen Van Dam. Thank you guys for showing up, and we appreciate it as always. Have a great week. We will see you next Saturday. Music here from Medal of Honor, Above and Beyond. It's the main theme for that. Have a good one. Go eat a cheeseburger pizza.